comment, like, subscribe. Alright, hi, hello. Today we're going to be talking about the controversy going around about Love and Deepspace being a gooner game. I've seen this on my Twitter a lot, and I thought I'd talk about it because I have some opinions. Before anyone makes a comment on this, yes, I am masculining. I'm non-binary, but yes, I do more align to the masculine side currently. Because of the status of the U.S. right now, I feel safer looking more like a guy. But I am non-binary, and also I lived as a girl with periods for 20-something years, so I feel like while I'm not exactly the person to be talking about this, I'm like kind of adjacent, and I'm going to be trying to reiterate points I've seen women talk about on Twitter. So let's get started. You couldn't tell by the title, this is about Love and Deepspace being a gooner game. If you haven't played Love and Deepspace before, it's basically a 3D otome gacha game where you play the main character who is a hunter, which is that universe's version of police, kind of. And she goes on this adventure, and along the way she meets 5 guys. So far, there's probably a 6th one coming, but 5 guys, and they kind of help her along her journey, while also you can romance them and play side stories of them, and, you know, otome game. And so you may be asking, why are people saying that this is a gooner game? Well, my lovely viewers, the reason they are saying that this is a gooner game is because, drumroll please, has a period tracker. Now, when I first saw this drama on my timeline, I didn't even know what gooning meant per se. I'd heard it before in Smosh videos because Spencer said it at some point, but I didn't really know the exact definition, so people were throwing around different definitions of the word, and I didn't know what was what, so I had to look it up. And the general idea of the definition is, quote-unquote, someone who's obsessed with corn. I will be saying corn instead of, because I want to stay monetized. I know it's corny, but yeah. So basically, it's someone who is addicted to NSFW content. And like, Love and Deepspace isn't NSFW per se. Like, there are some spicy cards, but it can't be NSFW on the App Store, because that's why NU Carnival couldn't be on the App Store. So, yeah, basically, it can't be, like, explicitly NSFW because it's on the App Store. Yeah, it never leans into, like, full-on corn, like Honey Pop or NU Carnival, stuff like that. And, like, to start this off, I have some stuff to say, okay? But the first thing I want to say is calling Love and Deepspace a gooner game specifically because of the period tracker is like sexualizing periods, which is weird. Like, people can sexualize a lot of bodily functions, like piss, shit, whatever. But, like, you have to realize that if you don't sexualize it, it's not sexual. So just having a period is not sexual, just like me going to the bathroom is not sexual. Like, it's not inherently sexual. I don't know if I'm gonna cut this out or not, but I think it's weird to sexualize periods in general and, like, make them inherently sexual, because you start getting your period around, like, the ages of 12, maybe, or something like that. And, like, so minors are having periods. So sexualizing this medical thing is just weird to me. And, like, as I said, if you are of age, you can sexualize a lot of different things. Like, as I said, piss, shit, whatever. No one's saying that piss is inherently sexual. No one's calling me a gooner for pissing in the toilet. My second issue with this is, like, a period tracker. It's a tracker. That's like saying I'm a gooner because I have a bullet journal. Or me having something that tracks my blood sugar because I'm diabetic makes me a gooner. I'm a sugar gooner. No, like, it's just, it doesn't make sense. This could hold, like, a tiny bit of weight, this argument that it's a gooner game. First off, the people who were discussing it were not disgusting men. And second off, if they actually addressed what is gooner-like in the game, like the spicier scenes. Personally, I don't think Love and Deepspace is a gooner game, but that's just me. I think the idea that people are saying is a gooner game because of the period tracker is insane. And moving on, I'm seeing people saying that people playing Love and Deepspace is raising women's standards. And to that I say, higher. Raise them higher. Because women, I hear so many women, and I feel weird saying women, I see so many girls and women who are in relationships with men who they should not be with, who do not deserve them. And I feel weird that they're saying, like, it's raising women's standards, because, like, have standards, girl. Girl, get up. If it's a problem that women are raising their standards, I think that it's not women who should be blamed for raising their standards. I think it's men who refuse to meet these very simple standards of just being a respectful fucking man. Like, literally all women want is a man who's gonna treat them well. In this circumstance, they just want a man who's going to take care of them on their period, which is not a lot to ask for. I literally watched a Reddit story earlier where a man left his wife when she was having their children because his dad wanted him to do, like, a presentation at work. And there's so many stories of Reddit. There's so many Reddit stories where a man leaves his wife as she's having kids for the dumbest fucking reasons. I'm getting off topic, but there's even a TikTok I made because women were talking about how they were going to cancel out their boyfriend or husband's votes in the election, the US election. And I was like, leave him. Like, if he's going to vote for President Trump, if he's going to vote for your rights to be taken away, leave him. And someone else said on Twitter, quote unquote, women are now rejecting real men because the virtual ones can do it better. Now, I have a couple issues with this. First off, if the virtual ones can do these things, like, why can't real men step up and act better? Like, I'm not saying that a real man should grow dragon wings and be like Silas, but, like, the bare fucking minimum of taking care of a girl on her period, asking how her day was, talking with her, being respectful, those are the things that women want. And acting like, it's like weaponizing competence, acting like you can't do these, like, normal things, these decent things. And I also want to say, it's interesting how women rejecting men is now being turned into women's issue. Like, it's their fault because they play games. So, of course, them doing this is the reason why men are being rejected. It's not that men are not stepping up and doing what they should. It's because women are playing an otome game. Like, everything has to be turned around, so it's not men who did anything wrong, it's always the girls. Like, why are we low-key blaming women? Well, I'm not gonna say we. Why are they low-key blaming women because men are being rejected because they aren't putting the effort in? And of course there are some outliers where a guy really treats a girl well and she still rejects him. But women have the right to reject a man for whatever reason, whenever they want. And men are mad because they can't meet women's standards. And these standards are not asking for much. No one's saying, oh, you have to be as hot as Silas, or oh, you have to have a six-pack like Xavier, or whatever. No, it's genuinely just caring about a woman on her period is the thing that, I guess if we're going to bring it back to the period tracker and the functions of that, it's genuinely just a girl wanting guys to care for her when she is having a period. I mean, that's not the bare minimum, but that's like slightly above the bare minimum. Bare minimum is, oh, he listens to me sometimes, and he likes talking to me sometimes. That's like bare minimum. I do think caring for a girl on her period is like above the, it's bare minimum. You should have a man who cares for you on your period. If a man would not go out and get tampons for you, he's not the one, girl. Walk away. And this whole argument reeks of misogyny. Firstly, because it gives off this vibe that men think they deserve women. Just that quote, blaming virtual men for men being rejected. Like, if you need help, if a virtual man is doing things better than you, if they would rather have a virtual man than you need to step the fuck up. And like, I don't get why, well, I do kind of get why, but I don't, people are acting like otome is like a new genre, because there has been otome for decades. there are worse otomes than Love and Deep Space. There's more sexual ones. There's more crazy ones. Otome is a huge genre. Just look on the fucking App Store, and there's hundreds of otome games. There's even some otome games that have the same gacha mechanic before anyone mentions the gacha and says that they're preying on lonely women. These games have been around for a long time. There has Paper Games literally made a game that's almost exactly the same as Love and Deep Space, just not 3D, where like the gacha is the same. Tears of Thamus, even before the gacha game per se, Mystic Messenger had a payment function. A lot of games have in-game purchases. A lot of gacha games have in-game purchases. And like, saying that women are being preyed upon by these otome games is cherry picking the issue that people in general are being preyed upon by gacha games. People are getting mad about this otome game now because it's popular. Because whenever something that women like becomes popular, people have to degrade it and push it down and make it less than. Look at how people treated Beatles fans, Twilight fans, Justin Bieber fans, One Direction fans, 50 Shades of Grey fans, Book Talk. Like the things that are attributed to women, I think that's the right word, the things that are like connected to women get degraded when they're popular. A specific example I have of that is Fruits Basket. Became the #1 anime on my anime list for a little while. It's a shoujo anime, so it's technically directed towards women. Now, instantly once it became #1, mostly men, decided, once it became #1, people decided it's not that good, so they went and review bombed it. Because women's shows can't be #1, I guess. Like, what's wrong with things that women like being popular? Why are women's hobbies being degraded, being made fun of? I mean, look at how people treat fujoshis, for one. And, like, these people are shamed. Where the fuck is the shame for those people who love sports, who scream and yell? The people who love sports who break TVs. But sports are a manly topic, so we don't need to make fun of those. And, like, not to mention how women are belittled when they are sexual, because women aren't allowed to be sexual. If a girl is sexual, they're called a lot of different names that I'm not going to repeat on here. But when a man is sexual, he gets like a high five. I don't know, that's a video for another day that I don't think I will personally be making, but you can find it somewhere on YouTube. And let's be honest here. Let's be 100% honest here. Men are calling this game a gooner game, not because it actually is a gooner game, not because it fits the definition of a gooner game, because it doesn't. They are calling it that to degrade it. Because they were being, I don't know if degraded, they were being called goons and gooners for liking women characters. So they have to do the same to women so that they're not better than them. So that shows that women are no better than them. And I've also seen, this kind of circles back to my last video about Caleb. People are talking about how women want to be treated poorly because of, like, being kidnapped in Love and Deep Space or something. I don't know. People are talking about the darker topics of Love and Deep Space and acting like women want these things in real life, which is crazy. I mentioned it in my last video, go watch it if you want, but women, or just people in general, interact with dark tropes in fiction because they don't want it to happen in real life. They don't want to go through it in real life. Saying that what women play in otome or what people play in video games equals out to what they want in real life is just stupid. And it marks this issue that some people have where they can't disconnect fiction and reality. And while I say, yes, fiction and reality are connected and will always be connected, I feel like it takes a real idiot to believe that if women get kidnapped in a video game, they want that in real life. And also, this is disregarding how women are treated in real life and how these negative things are from reality. They actually happen. Hence, reality and fiction connect. These things actually happen in real life. I'm just annoyed. I don't know what else to say. It's just so bizarre to me that first these men who, and I think one's a girl that I have a screenshot of, but these men are like shitting on Love and Deep Space because it is parasocial, when their job is about being parasocial. Like, and they're acting like otome hasn't been around for years, for decades. Missing Messenger came out in 2016. That's like almost 10 years ago, which is fucking insane. But my main point here is I just can't fathom how men are saying, how mostly men, there are some women saying this too, how people are saying that this game is a gooner game because of the period tracker. I'm done talking. I'm gonna cut out a lot of this video, but I hope you liked it. Leave your thoughts below. Let me know what you think about this. Alright. Bye.
Just a little.